everyone, welcome to my channel today. I'm Tara with Piece of Tara Artistry. Thank you for joining me. So you're probably wondering what I'm doing today. Now that is Golden's light modeling paste, or molding paste, I guess is what they call it. But molding and modeling paste are the same. This one is considered light because instead of the marble dust that they use to put into the molding paste, the regular molding paste, they use like these light fillers instead, so that you can use this with larger pieces of work. So I'm basically just laying down a little bit of a base coat, and I'm adding texture behind, and you'll see I'm kind of scraping off some of it because I'm noticing I've got too much in certain areas. So I'm just scraping it right back into that tub. So I'm just playing with this here. I have not used the light molding paste yet, but there are a lot of benefits to it. And I thought this was kind of neat to try adding this little Piggy Pigments into this molding paste. And one of the reasons why this is a good idea to use a dry pigment is that it doesn't compromise the texture of the molding paste. So if you have ever tried different molding pastes and adding color to them, you have to be really careful how much you put in and what type of acrylic paints that you do put into it, because if not, you will get kind of melty petals. And so I'm just trying this one out to see how it would work. And in a second here, I'm going to show you, I'm going to slow this down. I did speed it up quite a bit, but I wanted to slow it down for you so that you can see how I'm adding the paste to my palette knife. So basically I add it on and then I scrape the other edge so that it's very clean on both edges. If you don't do that, you'll get kind of wonky looking petals. So the reason why I really like this light modeling paste, and it's a really good use for larger applications, because of its being light in nature, you can do an entire texture piece on a larger canvas without it being too heavy, especially if you're going to be selling your art, shipping it. You definitely want it to be a little bit more cost effective. But also, one of the other reasons I really wanted to test this out is because when you're working on a canvas, and especially if you're going to ship it, this is a very flexible type of paste, and it's not going to crack as the weight of it is sitting on that canvas. So it's definitely worth trying out, especially if you're working with bigger pieces or pieces that you're going to want to ship. So I changed my palette knife here, and I'm using this littler palette knife to get kind of these smaller petals. I'm just kind of spreading them throughout, using up the rest of my paste. So I am going to show you here in the, here, I want to show you. Sometimes you have to go over them and over them and over them, try and fix them. If need be, you might need to scrape that whole section off and start over. I was able to salvage it a little bit, so I didn't have to do that. But I wanted to take you in with my flash on so that you guys can see how really shimmery and pretty the pigment is in those flowers. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I will definitely be using pigments again in this type of painting. So I will be teaching this at the Fluid Art Experience here coming up in Asheville in May. It's May 23rd through 25th. And there's a lot of options out there for texture and structure. So I'm going to distill all of them down into a class that you guys are going to be able to figure out exactly the product you need for the type of textural art that you want to create, and really just show you everything that I've learned here over the last probably 5-6 months. So can't wait to share that with you guys. And I'm also teaching some other classes, so head over to www.fluidartexperience.com and check out the classes and the artists and the venue. It's going to be a really fun time. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, y'all.